Alright, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new episode of the Yes Mod, a new special episode of the Yes Mod. We're here for motherfucking Money in the Bank 2013 stacked show tonight. We have, of course, the two Money in the Bank matches, no WWE Championship match, no World Title match. We have the World Heavyweight Title match, not the other one. Big Show versus Lesnar. Actually, let me just run down the card in chronological order if I remember it. This would be a good test of my memory. I believe we open with Ryback versus Kingston for the US title. Then I think it's the SmackDown Money in the Bank, which has Daniels, RVD, Swagger, Kane, Bourne, Del Rio. Okay, yeah, cool. Then we do, I think it's Antonio Cesaro versus The Miz in a grudge match. After that, I think, is the tag title match, Team Rhodes Scholars versus The Shield. Then I know it's the women's title match. I remember I made the Divas title match the midpoint of the show, so I could have, branded matches, first four, last four. After that is, I think it's the Raw Money in the Bank, which has, oh, fucking hell, who's in that one? There's Bobby Roode, Fandango, R-Truth, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose, Zack Ryder. That was so close to being alphabetical order, too. Then it's the World Heavyweight Championship 4-way match. Dolph Ziggler defends his belt against Jericho, Sheamus, and Wade Barrett. Then is the number one Contenders match. Winner faces John Cena at SummerSlam. Mark Henry versus Daniel Bryan. And in our main event, Steel Cage match, Big Show versus Brock Lesnar. Fuck yeah, I think I did that all right. I think I did that correctly. One note I have to note is it's fucking raining outside right now, so if you hear thunder, do not be alarmed. You know who will be alarmed? My fucking dogs, so prepare to hear them tonight. And another note I wrote is that we are holding this event in the United Center. I want to do Money in the Bank as a yearly Chicago kind of pay-per-view, because I'm a huge mark for Money in the Bank, and I'm also from there. So, fuck you all. I get Money in the Bank, assholes. Other than that, yeah, let's just get into the show. And if you are new to the channel and new to the save, then Hype Get Over angles are an angle that I do once a month on a pay-per-view, or once every pay-per-view, not necessarily once a month. Once every pay-per-view, we open the show. I just disguise it as an opening video package, and it's a Hype Get Over angle. Basically, what you do is you take your best talker in the company, put them on entertainment, and put a bunch of guys that you want to get over that are lower down on the card, on screen, not rated on anything, and it fucking gives them a good, 1 to 4, even if you're lucky, 1 to 4 popularity boost, anywhere in the region. So Cena gives all these guys a 99, and in our opening contest, Kofi Kingston does in fact retain his US Championship clean against Ryback, making defense number 5 of the US title. Shocks a lot of people, I'm sure. Some of you guys were expecting Ryback to win the belt here, but no, I've got a plan for who's gonna beat Kingston, but it's not gonna be Ryback. So nice 66 there. We then have the return of our medical mastermind, Arn Anderson. He's backstage in the local, I don't know what it's called, like the hospital in the arena. Maybe it's the infirmary? I don't know what they call it there. But he's basically just telling Orton, dude, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's a great idea for you to compete in this Money in the Bank match. That powerbomb through the table on last Raw really did a number on your back and your shoulders, and yeah, we just kind of leave as a little tease for the Money in the Bank match. Will Randy Orton show up for it? Arn Anderson is not going to be just our doctor, by the way. I'm going to have... he just happened to be one of the road agents on the Raw brand that I was like, hey, you know what? It'd be a fun thing that Arn Anderson kind of telling people in the back whether or not they can make matches due to their condition. We're going to have a different guy for SmackDown people. I just haven't done an angle with them on SmackDown yet. So we then have a kind of an ominous promo by Paul Heyman. All he really just says is, tonight is going to be a night for me. I'm a very... I'm going to be a little preoccupied tonight with that Big Show Brock Lesnar match. I got a lot on my plate, don't I? 74 for Paul Heyman. We then have... You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to pull up the spreadsheet on my phone so I don't fuck up the order of the matches. Oh, yeah. Please take your fucking time. I love it when you do that. Alright, so it is time for the SmackDown Money in the Bank. And the winner is... Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam captures the SmackDown Money in the Bank in a 71 rated match. Nobody got over a 70, but that's fine. Yeah, we're going to have, of course, a lot of high spots from our boys, Daniels, Evan Bourne, and RVD. Kane's kind of in there as a Styles Clash. I liked it when they'd always have the one giant in the Money in the Bank. And then Swagger and Del Rio are, they're your average heavyweights in a ladder match. But yeah, Evan Bourne, I'm assuming, would steal the show tonight. In fact, he did kind of... Actually, Daniels stole the fucking show. Wow, 67 from Daniels. Really cool to see that. But yeah, RVD I went with to go for the Money in the Bank on SmackDown here. I didn't really, in my head, know who to go with. I originally was going to do Wade Barrett. I originally was going to have Wade Barrett win the SmackDown Money in the Bank. But because of what I'm going to do with the World Heavyweight Championship in this season, I wanted it to be a face. I did really consider actually just saying fuck it and giving Wade Barrett the SmackDown Money in the Bank anyway. But no, I decided to go with Rob Van Dam. I also was really close to giving it to Evan Bourne because he's my fucking guy. I love Evan Bourne. But yeah, nice 71 rated match there. And then following the match, Alberto Del Rio cuts this promo. He says he's finally fed up. He's done with Kane. Kane's been embarrassing him for the past few weeks. In his eyes, he's obviously hasn't. He's just been giving Del Rio what he's deserved. And he challenges Kane on SmackDown once and for all to settle the score in a no-holds-barred match. So yeah, look at me setting up a weekly show on a pay-per-view. Who is this and what have you done with 64? Oh my goodness. I guess just a hardcore match should work. So Alberto Del Rio and Kane. War to settle the score. Is Del Rio actually more over than Kane? It doesn't matter. Who cares? I'm the one that cares. So I don't know why I'm... Alright, up next is The Miz versus Alberto Del Rio, and in a match that I'd really like to see. That's pretty much why I put this match together. I needed a 9th match, and I really like the idea of these two going at it, and The Miz defeats Antonio Cesaro. The story of the match is really that Cesaro keeps trying to cheat, but Miz has got his two boys at ringside to prevent that from happening, and allowing The Miz to get a clean pinfall victory. Following the match, The Awesome Truth, that's a name that hasn't been heard in about a year, The Awesome Truth get the mics, and they officially make a challenge. They want to face whoever wins the tag team titles, which is the next match. They want to face whoever wins the tag team titles. They want to rejoin the tag team division as a full-time team, or... maybe not, I don't know, but the rain's getting louder, wow. I don't know if you can hear it, hold up. If you can hear it, I'll find out later. But yeah, they make the challenge to whoever the champions are going to be after the next match. And the next match goes on their way, and the Shield do retain the tag team titles. Damien Sandow was the weak link because he's quite not over at all yet. Roman Reigns pinned Sandow with the spear, so this time Sandow actually was the one getting pinned, so he can't really blame Cody Rhodes this time. The Shield do end up retaining. It's two heels facing off. The Shield didn't really need to cheat. They're just better than the Rhodes Scholars. So yeah, 65, and then after the match, Damien Sandow gets helped up to his feet by Cody Rhodes, and he kind of pushes Cody Rhodes off, and he's like, Cody Rhodes, what the hell was that? You just let him pin me? What the fuck? And then Cody's like, what do you... Dude, you were the one that lost. How's this my fault? And Sandow's like, yeah, alright, fine. Yeah, I'm the one that lost. Fine. But at least I'm not the one that's worthless. And then he hits him right across the face with a brutal forearm. Damien then begins to do a crown and pound, and despite being the one that took the pin, Sandow is still somehow blaming Cody Rhodes for the loss, and he's finally had enough of Cody. He's done with this dude, beating him up, ending Team Rhodes Scholars. I guess in his mind, Cody should have been there to break up the pin, but, you know, you should have kicked out Sandow. 61, our next match is for the Divas Championship, the 4-way ladder match, and we have AJ Lee retaining the Divas Championship. 13 minutes, 9 seconds, AJ Lee retains. Not much else to say here. Actually, there is something to say here. I've said this quite a few times in the build to Money in the Bank, but for this pay-per-view, I haven't pre-written anything. And this is the instance of why I pre-write things, because I was looking at the notes, and this match was supposed to be a 4-way ladder match, but it was not supposed to have both Bella Twins. And I was like, in my head, I was like, why the fuck would I book both Bella Twins? Why'd I do that? So it was actually supposed to just be Nikki Bella, and Brie Bella was supposed to be replaced by Caitlyn, which made so much more sense after week 1. After the booking I did or week 2, I should say, or what was it? The booking I did in week 3, that's what it is. The post payback show makes a lot more sense with what I was supposed to do, cause, but you know what? You live and you learn. I'm gonna be pre-writing again, no matter how long it takes me. Even if I get writer's block, I'll just fucking throw some shit together. I'll have to. Gets a 60 though, so that's pretty good. Following the match, we have all 5 competitors of the Money in the Bank, excluding Randy Orton, are in the ring, and it looks like the match is about to start without Randy Orton, and Dean Ambrose is just like feeling himself like, oh fuck yeah, hell yeah, taking out the competition. Now the rain's getting really loud. However, right before the referee can ring the bell, Randy Orton's music does hit, and he just makes a fucking beeline right for Dean Ambrose. And once he hits the ring, the bell rings, and Randy Orton just goes right for Dean Ambrose, and the two spend most of the match just fighting each other, essentially. And, you know, it's your standard WWE ladder match with 6 guys. So, let me just cut straight to the finish, because I don't really have any spots planned. Fuck it, maybe we could have a fucking lie detector off the top of the ladder to Fandango. That's something that happens. So the match, it's looking like Randy Orton is about to win Money in the Bank. He's climbing up the ladder, nobody else in sight. And then all of a sudden, coming from the crowd, you see this guy. He's got a gray hoodie on, and he's rushing from the crowd. He jumps the barricade, and he pulls Randy Orton off. And he puts him on his shoulders and gives him a go to sleep. And he pulls down the hood, and it's the returning CM Punk. We have not seen CM Punk for 1 second in this season. I had him take a few months off following his WrestleMania match against The Undertaker, but he's finally back, and he's targeting Randy Orton, it seems like. And this is what Paul Heyman was talking about, because Paul Heyman's other guy, he's got Lesnar, but he also has CM Punk, so this is what he was talking about when he was saying he was a very busy man. But since Randy Orton was taken out, we then have a good, 3 more minutes of high spots. But in the end, the winner of the Raw Money in the Bank is Dean Ambrose. Despite Orton being well above everybody else in this match, Dean Ambrose is your Raw Money in the Bank winner. He's got the briefcase, and the Shield are looking even more dominant than ever. Match goes 17 minutes, and yeah, the appearance by CM Punk, and then the post-match we have, after Dean Ambrose wins, CM Punk and Paul Heyman throw Orton back in the ring, give him one more GTS for good measure before just standing over him, I guess. So fuck yeah, that's gonna be our feud. That's our Orton feud for SummerSlam right there. Next up is the World Heavyweight Championship match. Ziggler versus Jericho versus Sheamus versus Barrett. And despite Jericho being far more over than the other three men, it is not time for Dolph Ziggler to lose the belt. In fact, he's 71. He's on par with Jericho here. The match gets a nice 80. You'll love to see that. Yeah, and the match ends. Dolph Ziggler hits Sheamus with the zigzag. Sheamus is the one to take the pin. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler retains. Following that match, we cut backstage to the two best friends of general managers, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And this is going to be the first time that our two degeneral manager X is... They heard something with the rain. I told you all that was going to happen. I don't exactly remember where I left off. They were barking for like a few minutes, so I just ended the recording. So I'll just start over. So this is really so we cut backstage into the GM's office. I guess there's two at a pay-per-view. We have two offices. We cut to one of the offices where, let's say it's Shawn Michaels' office, and Triple H walks in. This is really like the first interaction between these two general managers where it's like actually like verbally hostile. Like everything else has been like tongue-in-cheek, kind of, what's the term I'm looking for? Passive-aggressive, kind of back and forth. This time it's first like actual hostility where Triple H is like, Shawn, you gotta get your roster in control, okay? I know that we share the Divas Championship and we share the tag titles, but you cannot have the Divas come out on my show and promote matches on your show. And Shawn's like, I didn't tell them to do that. And Triple H is like, you can save it, Shawn. Whether you plan to do it or not, it can never happen again. And Shawn just says, there's nothing. I'm not going to stop them from promoting matches. I don't care where they do it. And Triple H is like, well, what if I had them promote matches on your show to my show? And Shawn's like, yeah, I probably wouldn't like it, but what am I going to do about it? And Triple H is like, we got to figure this out, because I'm not letting this happen again. And Shawn's like, you don't want it to happen again? Then how about this? At SummerSlam, you get a group of women, I'll get a group of women, fuck, let me do that again. You get a group of women that want to stay on Raw, I'll find a group of women that want to stay on SmackDown. We'll have a big ol' elimination match, and the winning team gets exclusive rights to the Divas division and the Divas Championship. And Triple H, he pauses for a second, because he's like, is the risk worth the reward? And he accepts the challenge. So at SummerSlam, we don't know the match yet. We don't know how many people are going to be in it. We're going to have a multi-women elimination tag match where the winning team, I guess the winning Team Triple H or Team Shawn Michaels gets exclusive rights to the women's division. 84 rated segment. Up next, we have Daniel Bryan versus Mark Henry. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We all know that Daniel Bryan is winning this match. Holy fuck, he got a 90. Holy shit. We all know that Daniel Bryan is going to SummerSlam to fight John Cena. I think you all be pretty disappointed, definitely surprised, but probably disappointed if Mark Henry won this match and I had Daniel Bryan do something else at SummerSlam. But yeah, we are going to now officially have at SummerSlam one-on-one, let me reset it, for the WWE Championship, Daniel Bryan versus John Cena. Boom. Yeah, good shit. And then following the match, we just kind of have a generic, I wouldn't say generic, yeah, it's pretty generic. John Cena comes out, and the two men have a short little face-off before our main event match. This was actually a really hard show to pick a main event. I didn't know if I wanted it to be Daniel Bryan versus Mark Henry, a Money in the Bank match. I ended up going with Lesnar versus Big Show because of how over Lesnar is. I felt like doing Bryan versus Henry was too big of a risk because I didn't know how well Henry would do, and it only got a 76. And then I felt like the only Money in the Bank match that would work would be the one with Orton, but there's also a lot of lower card guys in that match. I felt like the safest option was the cage match. So yeah, the two men absolutely beat the shit out of each other. Both men are throwing each other into the cage. We got like F5s into the cage. Big Show belly to belly into the cage. Just they're fucking using each other like objects to throw against a wall. But in the end, we have one of the greatest spots, in my opinion. Brock Lesnar hits a big F5 on Big Show, and before going to pin him, he looks at the top rope, and he jumps up there. He fucking gets a running start, leapfrogs to the top rope. I feel like he could do that. If he can't, then he just climbs to the top rope. He gets up there, and Brock Lesnar hits a fucking shooting star press from the top rope. I would say from the top of the cage. I don't know if Lesnar would do it, but top of the cage, or whichever one you want to imagine. I like to imagine from the top rope. Shooting star press, lands on the Big Show, and gets his second victory on the Giant. 82 rated match. I think technically the best match on the show so far. Little disappointing. I kind of forgot about the psychology being a factor with how over Lesnar is. Because I had him call it in the ring. But 82 is not a bad match, and Lesnar got a fucking 96. It'll say pinfall with the F5, but we all know it's the shooting star press. And then we end the show with Lesnar climbing to the top of the cage to have a fucking, just a Cody Rhodes AEW style celebration from the top of that cage. He's beaten Brock Lesnar, and we end Money in the Bank on a high note for the Beast, and especially for Paul Heyman. And 86 rated show, not match, really good show here. I don't remember what... I think Payback did slightly better just because the main event was slightly better. But anything 85 and above for a pay-per-view, I'm more than happy with. Alright, time for the pay-per-view awards. So, let me think about it. Who do I want to give props to? I will give props to Jericho. He will get the bronze medal. Because he did the best in that 4-way, and he also didn't want to lose. So I'll give him the bronze. The silver's gonna go to Daniel Bryan for getting that fucking 90, and then Brock Lesnar getting a fucking 96 with the Big Show is insane. Yeah, I guess I technically I was right. This was the match that should have went on the main event. So yeah, let's make the speech. Alright, I know that Orton is also pretty mad at me right now. Orton is pretty mad at me. He didn't want to lose. Jericho's going to be pissed. I'm going to pay both of them off real quick. Neither of them wanted to lose their matches. I tried to do the Keep Strong and Protect with... he almost got 1 million buys. Damn. But he wouldn't even, he was still mad, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll pay you all. Oh, fuck. Okay, alright, okay. I forgot he was already kind of mad at me. Oh, shit. Okay, how much are you making? I will give you a $125,000 bonus. Okay, and he's still kind of mad at me. Fuck. Randy Orton's a little mad at me. I will give you 100,000. There we go. Alright. Orton's not mad at me anymore. Sheamus is still mad at me about something. Oh. I just gave off some pretty big fucking bonuses. I can give Sheamus like a $45,000 bonus. Yeah, alright. Who else is mad at me? Kali, but I don't care. Del Rio, I don't care. Dude's still mad. Fuck. We made $1 million from that pay-per-view. That's not good. That's really low pay-per-view revenue. Oof. Okay, that's not good. By the way, me running in the United Center was a complete front. I'm not going to have Money in the Bank in Chicago every year, but I really wanted to keep kayfabe and have Punk return in Chicago. So, yeah, I forgot to make a big note of that during his return angle, but... yeah, so pretty big stuff happening following Money in the Bank. This was the show that what the fuck? This was the show that I was most excited for, mainly because of Dean Ambrose winning Money in the Bank. I really want to do something with that. And the return of CM Punk finally. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this episode. I hope you all really enjoyed this pay-per-view. I feel like the save is finally going to really take off now because I got a couple of things planned for SummerSlam already, and a few pretty fun storylines that I've practically already written out in my Stream of Conscious sheet. So yeah, I hope you all are excited for the build to SummerSlam. I hope you all really enjoyed this edition of the save. And I hope you all come back for... Oh, dude, I have no idea what the fucking episode is. Oh, man. Oof. I hope you all come back for the post Money in the Bank edition of the Yes Mod. See ya.